Baby, let's go. What is going on? I'm gonna fix some stuff here in the background while we're getting this show ready. Right there. Make sure I'm live everywhere first before I go do all this other stuff.
Dude, the Buccaneers are 4-1 also. Looking at their team stats, they are a mirror image of us almost. Close. The Bucs must have had a bye in week 5. They're only 3-1. They've already had their bye. That's all right. Week 1. Buccaneers beat the Vikings week 1. Buccaneers beat the Bears week 2. Buccaneers are not there in week 3. What is going on?
Oh, they're there.
Week 3. The Bucs, it was on Monday night, that's why. So they lost to the Eagles in week 3.
That's a pretty brutal schedule.
Are you joking, right? Then they beat the Saints in week 4. Then in week 5, there is no Buccaneers. So they had a bye week. They are 3-1, not 4-1. They had an early bye week. They're coming off their bye week against us at home.
Let's get this bad boy. Let's get the countdown going, Mike.
Woo!
Good morning, everybody. Let's talk some football. Nice. Good morning, Calvin. Good morning, Detroit fan man. What up, Tim? What up, Doe? What's up, Baldo Barrera? Good morning, Jordan. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Timothy. Good morning, Rebecca, Anna, Lulu, Blue, through and through. Yeah. It's hump day. It's hump day. You got to unmute yourself first, Mike, but here we are, NFC North. Talk with Russell Wayne right here and my co-host, Main Event Mike. How you doing, my friend?
I'm so good, Russ. Thanks for asking.
We are broadcasting live into the NFC North main event, Detroit Lion News, the Villain Squad. Thank you for all of our super villains that are out there sharing this content, following the page and liking the page. And yes, we are talking NFC North football. And we are going to start with the Detroit Lions first because they are in first place. And honestly, it's like, how do you get 5 games into the season and be 3 games ahead of everybody? I mean, we're pretty good, but the rest of the division's pretty bad.
Right. We'll take it just the same, right?
Right.
I mean, we are barreling to win this division. I think you could put Teddy Bridgewater in at this point, and we could still win the division, it seems like. If the defense keeps playing the way that it is playing, I don't think anyone can stop this team.
Right. I mean, I love what the division is. I mean, this is something that's been dominated from the Green Bay Packers for years and years and years and years. And every once in a while you throw in one of the other teams, but the Lions don't ever get to the top of this division. They've never actually won the NFC North division. And I think it's about time. I mean, you can go back there. You want to argue that Central Division, whatever. You ain't going to get that very far with me because that wasn't the NFC North. Tampa Bay was in that division. So we can't count that. We need to win this division for the first time. Main Event Mike.
Yeah, and it's ironic that we're talking about that as we play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this upcoming week. Fun fact, Main Event Mike was raised in Tampa, Florida, and I've been to more Buccaneer games than I have Lions games. So I was quite familiar with being a Lions fan in a NFC North town, well, as the Central then, and not being able to win the division. So it's going to be bittersweet. It's going to be sweet for me to watch us beat Tampa. It's going to be a great game. I'm looking at the stats, Russ, and I'll pass those on to you later. But these two teams very similar.
Right on. I mean, and we will get into that. But I did have a couple questions that I want to throw out to the people, and I wanted to throw out to you, which is something that's been kind of out there. Is they've been talking about the Lions being in buyer mode for the trade deadline, and I really wanted to kind of hit this up a little bit because we haven't ever really been in a position to where we could be like a serious buyer, like where you get in there and you're like, okay, we could win the Super Bowl, Mike. And that's what teams do when they're in a position to win a Super Bowl is comes to the trade deadline. Then maybe you can go out there and snag up a Patrick Surtain that's out there on a losing franchise. And they may be able to let Brad Holmes do his little wizardry thing and maybe, steal him for a third or fourth round pick because they just want to get out from underneath and restart over and all that. So what do you think, Mike? Do you think that we could be buyers at the trade deadline?
I do. It's smoke at this point, but where there's smoke, there's fire. So I bet there is some interest. There's a need. But the most interesting part about it is in the past, we would never even entertain this idea because nobody wanted to come to Detroit, right? No one wanted to play for the Lions. So right. Free agents now look at this as a destination they can go to win. That, my friends, is how the definition of changing a culture. Culture change has already happened, sealed, it's over. Same old Lions is long gone. If you still think that, you're a moron. Because that one fact right there dispels the entire same old Lions narrative. Free agents want to come here. We are on lists. How many times have we seen, and the only teams he'll play for is not the Lions? Right, so now we are on that short list of teams that where guys want to go play. And we're on the short list where the NFL wants to show our games. So this is absolutely, I think anything is on the table now that we are in that elevated status of a franchise now. I think we're in the market all the time. Look at San Francisco, just got Randy Gregory from Denver. There's no doubt. I mean, and what do we see Denver doing? Trading to the other conference. So that's where the Lions need to be looking, is in the AFC. Nice, safe for the other team to let the player go. I absolutely think we're a player in every scenario moving forward.
Yeah, and here's another thing is the Lions have a lot of cap room for next year. So there is only $6 million worth of cap space for the Lions. So if they were to go out and trade for somebody, they would have to make it work salary wise. So I think that's probably the main reason that it won't happen. I don't see them trying to bring in somebody from the outside of the organization, because I think that it's really important to this organization is continuity and guys who have been around the culture, been around the practices, and understand how we operate here is way more important than bringing in some touted guy from outside the organization who might not even make it in our depth chart. Now, I'm not saying Patrick Surtain wouldn't be that guy, right? He would come in and he would compete for a starting role right away, but it wouldn't be like he would just come in and jump Cameron Sutton or jump Jerry Jacobs.
Yeah,
like
he jumped Jerry Jacobs in a minute. He's one of the best corners in the league, Russ.
He is one of the best corners in the league, but he was one of the best corners in the league on Denver. That's the point that I'm making right here. He's on Denver. So he isn't going to walk in day one and they're going to be like, hey, Jerry, move out of the way. He's going to have to come in there and earn that spot from Jerry Jacobs, earn that spot before he moves up the depth chart. It isn't a slam dunk.
We're going to have to disagree here. I think he comes in and Jerry Jacobs takes a step back and says, jump in, my brother. Okay.
Sure, that may happen.
But you're absolutely right.
It's
going to have to be, he's going to have to compete to earn the job. But I think it's an expectation that that's going to happen when you bring in Patrick Surtain Jr.
Right. And I agree with you because it's Patrick Surtain, right? That's why I don't see them going outside getting somebody that isn't Patrick Surtain, right? Some guy that's just another cornerback isn't just going to come into this depth chart. It's going to take somebody of a high stature to come in here and take a spot away from guys that went through training camp and earned it. So it's like, yes, Patrick Surtain would earn the spot over Jerry Jacobs. I agree with you 1,000%, right? But he would have to earn it. That's what I'm saying. It's not a given coming in from the outside. You walking into a different locker room now with different guys. Hey, we actually win here, right? You were the number one cornerback over there on a team that's been getting truck stick. You got 70 put on you. Patrick Surtain, that may not have been all his fault. He may not even have been out there. He may have been injured or something, but I don't know. But being buyers at the trade deadline, this is a new thing for the Lions. What do you think out there? That's what we want to know, what the people think. Do you want the Lions to go out and grab one of these free agents, or are you happy with where this team is right now? And you just want to see them roll with the guys that they have, like Khalil Dorsey is going to be coming back, and Stephen Gilmore is going to be coming back, and they may not know about these guys outside the organization, but these guys earned spots and played well, and you don't know how good they are. They're young players, like the whole damn team is ascending. Second-year players became third-year players. First-year players became second-year players, and the team got better without even adding players. Just by, okay, we're in the NFL now. Okay.
And the rookies are producing.
Right.
When you add that to those jumps, progressions that those players are taking, and you add in the fact that the rookies are making an impact, that's huge.
Okay. Relax, Lions fans. It's only week 5, and actually it's week 6 now, right? Right? It's 4-1. We're going into week 6 now. So I'm going to go say fool's gold Green Bay Packers. You can't say fool's gold Lions. This is reality now, John. This is 3 double-digit wins in a row, which included truck sticking your piece of crap team. That isn't doing anything.
It's actually it's actually week 16, John Dorn, because we won 8 out of 10 down the stretch last year. We're actually 12-3 in the last 15. So
we're
incorrect.
I mean, right now you should be feeling it. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, right there, John, that's you right now. Love hurts. You have a trash quarterback. You have a trash quarterback, John Dorn. The Green Bay Packers have a trash quarterback. There is no third Hall of Fame quarterback. You don't come back from throwing 50% for your career in your 5th year. Love is who Love is.
Love stinks.
And he stinks. He stinks. He's one of the worst. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. In the league, not one of the best, not vying for the best, not, man, maybe he can be. No, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in football.
Wow.
Love stinks. Love stinks.
There you go. There you go, John. You can talk all you want, man, but now with the Lions being 4-1 and you just that's what it sounds like. Fool's goal Packers. Fool's goal Packers.
Russell Wade on a tangent this morning. Go get him, buddy. Go get him.
You're going to start calling me the king of Sting here.
Right. You keep that up,
Come
buddy.
on.
I don't want no piece of you.
Bear down, Mike. Bears need another edge rusher. Bears need another entire team. You're 1-4. You need everything. You need a quarterback too.
Bear down, Mike. Good morning, sir. Congratulations on that first win.
Oh God,
You've got a winnable game
you don't
coming
deserve
up.
That actually.
You've got a winnable game coming up, Bear down, Mike. That's the Minnesota Vikings. Winnable game for you.
I am sorry, Bear down, Mike. Justin Fields did not deserve that. Justin Fields,
it's my quarterback.
Not my quarterback, but he played a good game in the last game. I got a little excited over my excitement over how bad the Green Bay Packers are. I actually think that you guys are better than the Green Bay Packers right now. Oh,
ooh,
Bears.
Man, I hope that's my boy Tim from Arizona.
I hope that we get a Detroit Jesus to come in here at some point in time. I know that he works during the day, so it's impossible for him. Sean says that if a trade was made, that guy is an instant starter within 2 or 3 weeks. Some guys start because they've earned it, and some guys start because of what the team gave up to get them. It's a value-based start. And that's why I don't think that the Lions are going to do it. I agree with that take.
That's a great call out.
That's a great take. And that's why I don't think that they'll do it, because that's not what Brad Holmes does. He's not going to bring in a guy and disrespect the guys that have worked really, really hard, unless it's the guy like Patrick Surtain. I could see it, go out there and get that guy, because he makes your whole room better. Right. And if you can afford it, go make it happen. But, and if I do start cutting out or doing any of that stupid stuff, Mike, let me know. Okay. All right.
I will. And I'll just fill the time. I'll sing the Blow Pack Blow song.
I just don't want to give up this year's first. Okay. Yeah. We can all agree there. We don't want to give up first round draft picks for any player that we're going to go get right now. I just don't want to give up this year's first or next year's first. I want to see my squad pick in the first, considering where the draft is going to be
in Detroit. Right. Absolutely. Right. That's a good call, Funky. And I agree with that 100%. I don't want to give up a first round pick for anyone. No one at all. However, we do have a pretty deep team, and you were specifically talking about the other day. If you had some draft today, what would you get? Everything is deep, right? I mean, we certainly could not handle 5 draft picks to make the team. I don't think there are 5 open slots on this roster that you could upgrade with a draft pick.
Hey, John, who did the SOL Lions beat? The defending Super Bowl champions.
And you.
and you, because your team's so good, right? So it's like that sweaty button where he's like trying to figure out if he's going to push it or not.
Yeah.
It's either say the Lions are good or say that my team is trash. Oh,
That's
gosh.
it. That's a good analogy right there.
They can't say anything right now. I love being at the top of this division, because even if it's just for 5 days, even if we turn back into the same old Lions, right now, your team's trash and my team is king of the jungle, the villains, the super villains, ruining your day. Keep on crying. Keeping on crying. Why would we relax? The team is real. Deal with it. That's where we're at right now. Because the thing is like, this is the worst version of the Lions you're ever going to see right now at 4-1. Because you know what's going to happen is our stud team that has a bunch of first, second, and third year players are going to have a bunch of second, third, and fourth year players that are going to get better. The whole team's just going to get better without adding anybody.
And if you're tired of hearing Lions fans chirp now, you've heard nothing yet. It hasn't even started, guys. We win this division, and the way this team is set up, you're going to be hearing it for years.
And they get to sit and they get to listen to it. I'm not even going to let them respond and come on here and try to say something towards us. If you'll notice that this is the way that we run our show. Like, when your team wins, we're going to talk good about your team. And that's why I apologize to Bear Down Mike. This is the NFC North talk with Russell Wayne. And when my team truck sticks a team, I don't care if they're 0-4 or not. You took care of business. What do you want them to do? Play them close? No, they beat their ass. They should have beat their ass, and they did beat their ass. So, and the Bears got an ass whooping win. You know,
to your point, our entire Friday show was just a Bears love fest.
It was, and that's okay. You know, they go out there and DJ Moore. I mean, he's the real deal. We called that. We knew that he was going to make Justin Fields below average quarterback play.
Yeah, he's
used
to crappy quarterbacks.
He's used to crappy quarterbacks, and he's helping Justin Fields out a lot. I'm not willing to call Justin Fields because you got to throw better than 50% in order for me to call you like a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. But if you have a good wide receiver, I'm not going to yell at Justin Fields for completing passes and having his wide receivers run in for touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. and Bear Down Mike made a comment there. What is total QBR in the NFC North? Trying to cherry pick a stat. I'll give you some more stats here for you, Bear Down Mike. Justin Fields so far this year, 94 of 152. In case you're not good at math, that's not good. 1,143 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The quarterback that he plays this week in the NFC North, Kirk Cousins, 137 for 2 out of 204. That is good. And 1,498 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So you could cherry pick any stat you want. These two are sitting right next to each other on the ESPN app because they play each other this year. And you could compare them stats yourself. And the bad news for you is Jared Goff is better than both of those. Right. So that total QBR rating for Justin Fields means 0.
How many rushing touchdowns does Justin Fields have?
Not as many as Jared Goff.
It's my quarterback.
Does he have one? Is it one? Does he have one rushing touchdown? He has one rushing touchdown. Jared Goff has
it's my
2 rushing touchdowns. Does that mean that Jared Goff has taken over the NFL with the RPO? I mean, is this happening right in front of our very eyes right now? Oh, John Dorn, I love you. John is one of my favorite Green Bay Packer fans because he is relentless. And he's been pretty consistent. You have a coach that can't put a full season together. Fools is a fraud. At the beginning of the season, John was saying you can't win at the beginning of the season. You can't. Dan Campbell doesn't know how to start seasons. Okay.
What's your record in September? We heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And John Dorn, actually, we have John Dorn saying, I actually like Dan Campbell. I like him.
But John did say he made a deal with us, and that's what I like about this. It's like what we asked John, said, at what point, John, would you stop saying SOL? And if we finish this job, if the Lions finish this job and win the division, John is on record for saying that he will stop using same old Lions if we can finally win the NFC North. And that's all it would take. Not a playoff game, not Super Bowl. And I actually applaud him for not setting the bar so high that we just have to be the best in the league.
Yeah.
No, we just have to prove that we're not trash anymore. And winning the division does that.
Yes, and John
Kudos
Dorn's
to
proven
you.
himself to be a man of his word in the past, so I trust him when he says it.
Love don't live here anymore. Oh, there's so many good digs on him with Love being bad and Love being good too. I mean, we thought that Love might be good, so we were singing the Beatles during the off season, right? All you need is love, love, love is all you need. You still feel that way?
Love stinks.
Just for context, Jared Goff's stats this season: 159 pass attempts, 111 completions. So a little over 40 passes is all he's missed on or people have dropped. That's a very good percentage, you guys. 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 5 games. That's a little concerning, but he has cleaned it up the last couple of games. But 111 out of 159 for 1265. And Chicago fans would be saying, why can't this be love?
Is this love that I'm feeling? All right. Jordan says that it doesn't hurt to have a little extra depth with a lot of the season to go. The smell of the playoffs in the air and the injuries are a constant concern. And I wanted to stop on this comment and talk about this a little bit because I think it's a great comment when it comes to how many of these injuries that they have right now. Because I heard rumors that Amon-Ra and Gibbs probably could have went if it was like, really that big of a concern. So how many of these injuries do you think are just like almost like glorified rest days so we can to make a playoff push with relative good injury?
Well, that's a good question. But I think what Jordan's highlighting here is injuries are a constant concern, the ones that haven't happened yet. Right. So to have that extra depth for when they happen is a good thing. But
right.
I agree with you. I did hear also that Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra, they would have played had it been a lot on the line. And I know that Brian Branch's ankle needs more time. So that's the one that concerns me relative to your question.
Yeah, and it is. Brian Branch is a concern, but because of the depth, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hit this comment too. Mosley is a bum, and I told you. But it is unfortunate that Mosley, I mean, this guy in his luck, I know it's very insensitive, but that's
what
just John
Dorn. What a terrible take that is. The guy came out and tore his other ACL 2 plays in, John. Yeah. He's a bum? He's a bum? No, he's the most unlucky dude you'll ever meet, but a bum? Oh, man. No, but Quay Walker is a bum. Okay, he might even be a great player, but as a person, he's a freaking bum. How are you going to call Mosley a bum when he tears his second ACL? I mean, his ACLs are as flimsy as that take.
Oh, man. Damn. See, you set Mike on fire too. Wow. John Dorn's triggered both of us today. That's what
good. He does. Yeah, we're suckers for falling for it. You know that. He's over there going, you know he is.
Same old Lions. I told you.
These guys are as stupid as their
I don't even be on this stupid show.
I don't even want to be on this
saying all my takes anyway. Oh, John, we love you. But it is unfortunate. I mean, how unlucky that is for him. I mean, 2 plays and not the same ACL, the one he's been rehabbing, the other one. Like, wow.
I got Jeremy Ballreich on line 1. He says it was against the same team 1 year to the day.
This is true. Yeah. So, but it is a good testament to the depth that we have. Like Ifatu's been playing really well, and gosh, they went after Will Harris because they knew that he was supposedly the weakest secondary, and he played probably the best game of his career, getting a forced fumble and everything like that. So Brian Branch is going to get those days to heal. We got 2 more weeks now until the bye. So I mean, I think there may be a chance that Brian Branch doesn't play until after the bye. And that would be okay if depth takes us to that spot. And as long as we can get back a completely healthy Brian Branch, it would be worth it to lose him for 2 more games because we have the depth to hit it up. So Lions versus San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. That's like Ollie Foreman, man. That's like, I mean, those are two. I mean, the Lions, let's be real. On that defensive line, they're nasty. They're nasty 6-7 deep. Like you're not
Foreman? It's more like Tyson and Buster Douglas. The Lions out of nowhere to be there would be amazing, right? And to win it, that'd be as big as Buster Douglas.
You just compared the Lions to Buster Douglas.
Nobody.
That take's going to last as long as Buster Douglas Punch Out did.
I mean, that was just a huge, like the biggest upset I could think of in my life. Ollie Foreman, that was the two juggernauts. You're putting the Lions in that category already, and I love that about you. I'm just not that far gone yet on this team.
To me, I put them in the category because this is my eyes, not my heart. And I know that I'm looking at this with my eyes and not my heart, because it's like this whole show has made me pull my reins back from being very homer. Gosh, there's nothing that I want to do more than go out there and say we'd win 16 games, but I have to be conscious of making sure that I'm speaking with my mind and my eyes and what I'm seeing. And the Lions are deep on the defensive line. And those are the teams that I've always envied over the years, are the teams that went in against Stafford and just like beat the shit out of us, like the 49ers. I'm like, I've always thought, man, why can't we have a tough team like that just has a bunch of no-name guys that beat the shit out of you? You know, like who the hell is that dude that was beating up on Sue and just blocking him? Well, it was their big, nasty offensive line that they built up over the years with a bunch of no-name guys that the outside people don't know about, that just stand up next to you and they fight you. And they're willing to fight you. And that's the type of team we have in Detroit. They're willing to fight you. And you may win, but
we're going to bite a kneecap off.
You walk over and you limp back. That's right. That's the mentality in Detroit. And that's the way it's going to be for the next 5 years.
And Lonnie says Lions versus San Francisco and NFC Championship. Love it, Lonnie. I mean, I hope you're right. But I mean, that brings into question a whole bunch of scenario things, right? I mean, like, so the top two division winners with the best records get a bye in the first round. Is that right, Russ? The top two division winners with the best record get the bye.
Right.
Right. So we are not only against San Francisco in that race, but Philadelphia as well.
Right.
We're also in that race against Tampa Bay because they are leading the NFC South at this time. So really, Philly and Tampa are the two teams we got to keep our eyes on if we really want to get that matchup of San Francisco and Detroit. And Lord knows, wouldn't we love it if by some way we could get that championship game in Detroit?
John, you are so awesome. This is, I got to give you credit on this one right here. John says, Russ has fool's gold Wi-Fi. Fool's gold Wi-Fi, just like his team. Oh, John, you got me good on that one. That's good. My fool's gold Wi-Fi. Is it bad? Has it been jumping? Has it been jumpy?
Fool's gold brought to you by Xfinity.
Well, actually, it's not brought to you by Xfinity because it sucks.
Intermittently brought to you by Xfinity.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Why are you always crying about the refs, Russell?
He's laying it on you, buddy. You went off and he's coming back, and you got to take the smoke and give the smoke.
Oh, I got it. It's so much fun. This is probably the funnest episode that we've had in here. And by the way, this is why is this so special? Wow, we just crossed 4,000 followers today. Holy crap. There is a lot of super villains that are out there for our page right here. This has nothing to do with the NFC North talk with Russell Wayne. This is our own personal page right here, which is the Villain Squad. And this is how we represent the Detroit Lions. So if you're a Detroit Lions fan, then go follow our page right there, and you can help us fight these guys like John Dorn and these Green Bay slackers. And,
right.
And that just shows where he's at mentally right now, doesn't it? doesn't it, John?
Maybe,
This one's just for you, right there, man. Good, John. Good. Let the butthurt flow through you, John.
Nice.
The dark side.
Wherever you're watching this video, like it, would you? I mean, we're broadcasting. Where are we broadcasting, Russ? In so many different places. So wherever you're at, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at Main Event 365, please.
Yeah, and right now we have like 40 people that are on our YouTube right now, and only 14 of you have liked the video.
That's unacceptable. All it does, you just reach down and like it. That's all you do. Doesn't cost anything.
But we have to give them, we got to pull the reins back a little bit. Maybe they were watching the video and we were so engaging that they just didn't even think about it. And now that we've reminded them, you're going to watch it go up right there, because they didn't mean it, Mike. They just didn't think to do it until we said something. So please like the video that you're watching right now, whatever platform that you're on, as we move on. So I wanted to move on to a piece right here with the lines about the extensions. So we only have $6 million left for this year, but there is $78 million that's going to be available for next year. And we got extensions that are going to be due. I mean, obviously, when you draft well, you want to be able to re-sign your players. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Jonah Jackson, and Jared Goff are, to me, on the top of that list right now. And throwing it out there to Main Event Mike and the people, who do you think that Brad Holmes is going to give the first big extension to? I think it's going to be one of those 4 players, but if you want to choose somebody that's not on that list, that's fine too. What do you think, Mike?
I think the first one will be Penei Sewell, and then it'll be Amon-Ra St. Brown, because that's the order they were drafted in, right? First and fourth round. Derek Barnes, I definitely want to see them resign him. Aleem McNeil.
That's a good one.
And Aleem McNeil. I think you answered your own question, Russ. It's going to go in that order that we of course, we have control of some of these players for 5 years, but your point is you want to extend them now, or at the end of the season, give them their money, so that you could keep this salary cap going fluid the way Brad has it set up. I love it. I think Aleem McNeil too is in that conversation. If he continues the trajectory he's on for this season, I think Aleem McNeil has earned that as well.
That's great. I mean, really, any of those guys would be good. I think they're going to get with $78 million. I don't see them going outside the organization for much. Maybe some filler in pieces and are looking for some different things. I think they're going to use all of that money extending their own players. Like you just mentioned 3 other guys that those, yeah, definitely, like Derek Barnes. I think you could get Aleem McNeil, and I think you can get these guys on a discount too, because they see how it is here. So throw that out there. Yes. What do you think? Who are they going to extend? I always like it, Russell. Yeah, right there. Let me see if we got anything in here. Let's see.
Like
well-rounded team. Yeah.
You like that?
Just looking through here.
You like that?
Well, jump on it, brother. Yeah, there we go. Complete O-line. Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments to that yet, but maybe we should change the subject on that.
You want to change subject? Let's talk about these Bears and Vikings game. This Vikings in Soldier Field, in the parking lot that is Soldier Field. The Vikings now with no Justin Jefferson, no Dalvin Cook, no Patrick Peterson. It's like unbelievable what this GM has done in Minnesota. I am so rooting for the Bears to win this game for so many reasons, just because the Vikings deserve this for the way their GM has handled the offseason. In my opinion, it is one of the worst handlings I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're not going to agree on this one. I think the Vikings are the better team. I still, with no Justin Jefferson and everything, when I was looking at their scores and watching their team, watching at teams that they have played, you're talking about a full strength Kansas City team that they probably, that should have been counted as a win when you actually look at the things that happened there. They were in fights where Kirk Cousins was just lighting them up, that they were losing these close games that they had won previous years. I think this team is close to being an okay team, and the Bears are the worst team that they've played yet. So, I don't know. I mean, did they play the Carolina Panthers? Is that who they got their win against?
No, you're talking about
Who did the Vikings beat?
Minnesota beat Carolina. Yes. Yeah, they beat Carolina with defensive touchdowns.
Yes, Minnesota
Kirk Cousins had his worst game of the season. Minnesota Vikings are a 2.5-point favorite going into Soldier Field on Sunday. So that's interesting. What do you like there? I'll take the Bears in the points if you want. 2.5 points. Let us know what you think. Would you take the
I'll
Bears
take the
in the
Vikings
2.5
to cover that.
You're having a lag there, Russ.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're back. You're back.
Yeah, go
2.5
ahead
points.
and take over for a minute, Mike.
2.5 points. Minnesota Vikings are favored going into Soldier Field against the Bears. Who do you like? Put it in the comments. Let us know. Let's kick around your opinion. My opinion, I like the Bears here. Yes, Minnesota looks like a better team on paper, but do they? I mean, I think the Commanders look like a better team on paper than Minnesota, and the Bears beat them. So I think the Bears might be on a roll here. This is a game that they can win. After Minnesota, they get the Las Vegas Raiders, another winnable game. And the coach has got to be saying this. Last Thursday against Washington, make no mistake, these guys put all that effort in. They looked like the hungrier team on every play, on every special teams play. The Bears looked like the team that wanted it the most. Now, I could definitely say that Washington did not look energized at all. But the Bears were double energized. Maybe it was the Dick Bucks thing. I don't believe it was that. You hear that all week long, but I don't think that's it. I think it was more about Matt Eberflus being on the hot seat and all the rumblings and all the rumors that they could, for the first time in franchise history, fire their coach mid-season. And I think that these guys rallied around that. It was national TV. They hadn't had a win yet. They were a hungry, wounded animal, and they came out and they beat Washington. Now that's something to build on. And Minnesota, you're in the way. And I think they can get up and definitely cover 2.5. Minnesota could win this game by 1. But now that they have no Justin Jefferson, they have no running game. Alexander Madison, 2 fumbles, a less than a 3-yard average from scrimmage running the ball. This guy is what we always thought he was. He's a career backup running back. That's exactly what it's.
But they are who we thought they were.
Thank you, Denny Green. You back, my friend. So let us know what you think. Vikings 2.5. Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm caught up yet, but no, it doesn't look like it. Like, because you never mean to just cut me off, and when you cut me off, it makes me realize that I'm slow. But
it had been going on. It had been going on for a couple of minutes before I had to step in.
So is it still going on?
Not at all. It's completely fixed.
Okay, cool. Because I switched over to I went to my hotspot, and that's what it is.
And we have no control over that, by the way, John Dorn, with your Wi-Fi comment. Okay, he pays the most money that he can. Okay, to get the best internet that he can. But we don't live in the sticks. We live where there's a lot of buildings and stuff, John.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're gonna check some stuff out here soon, and let's get into a Packers deal right here, because I mean, you Packers have been trying to run us through our 4-1 team that kicked your ass through the mud. Let's talk about the problems of your damn team, which you have plenty of. Well, I mean, if you're a Packer fan and you're still actually following this trash team and you want to know what is going on with your team, who are you going to blame? I mean, I think that Jordan Love just isn't that good. I think your skill positions are good. I think you got good skill positions that have kind of been bailing out bad quarterback play with Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs making catches. And so what do you think? Is it Joe Barry's fault? You just want to run him out of town and get a new D coordinator and see if they can't get those 8 first-round draft picks playing together? or do you think it's Gouda not good at drafting Gouda guy? Yeah, is it him? Is he not getting you the right talent? Do you think that these guys are first round talent picks and are really just not that good? Is Wyatt just not that good? Is Quay Walker just not that good?
Wow, it just dawned on me. From now on, we could just say Brian Glutamus,
Glutamus?
which is the ass. Brian Glutamus. Why did we never get that?
Brian Glutamus Assimus?
You must be Quezzy.
You must be quite. So, I mean, who do you got out there? I mean, I don't know. I mean, who do you think would be the problem? I got my PFF Tuesday thing going on in the background. Let's get this one in there, right there.
What was that roast post I sent you this week? Is really good. It's some Packer fan roasting something. He's roasting his own team.
So,
this right here. This is they're already saying, Russ, and this is from the NFC North the Huddle. You jealous haters, let the Packers live rent-free in your head. Jordan Love has one bad game. He literally has zero help and no line. What? Is that a Bear fan? No, that's a Packer fan saying the exact same thing. He has no help and no line. I don't get it, man. You guys, I mean, for years when our guy stunk, we'd say our guy stinks.
Well, we ran Matt Stafford out of town, and he was the best quarterback that we ever had.
Yeah.
And they're like, they got this guy that's just way underproducing. Can't, I mean, if you take out him just playing the trash Bears defense in the first game, I mean, his stats are scary bad, Jordan Love. And these guys are saying, offensive line
Love stinks.
I mean, when are you going to just kind of realize your quarterback's not good?
Right.
I mean,
and I'm starting to really believe that if Derek Carr wouldn't have left that game, they'd be 1-3. Excuse me, 1-4. They'd be 1-4.
Yeah, they'd be 1-4.
They'd be 1-4 if Derek Carr hadn't lost that game. Now, I didn't say that before because, no, kid came back. Jameis Winston's stats look similar to Derek Carr. But what losing your starting quarterback does to the morale of the team and the chemistry and the momentum is huge. And I'm starting to think now that if Derek Carr wouldn't have left that game, the Packers would only have one win against Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, that could be very true. But there's one thing that is undeniable is that Love whipped that ass of the Chicago Bears, and they can't take that away. Like, they went in with their chests all puffed out, like they were just going to whip that finally we're going to get this Packers. The Packers went and whipped that ass in week 1.
In Chicago, too. And then the Packer fans were spouting about how incredible Jordan. They were ready for a gold jacket for him.
That's my quarterback.
Yep, and that proved to be fool's gold right there, using John Dorn's term right there. And he's just not very good. And I'm watching the Bears actually get better. They are getting better with on offense. I mean, Fields is seeing the field a lot better when he's throwing the ball. I mean, that throw that he had in the back of the end zone to DJ Moore was probably the best throw of his NFL career. And I've seen him make those throws when he was at Ohio State. It just hadn't been in the pros yet. And that was a really good throw. So I see the Bears seem to be getting better and better, and the Packers seem to be regressing. I think that LaFleur is showing some signs of, panic. He going off on reporters and stuff like that for asking questions. That's a sign of a guy that's like, outwardly frustrated. When you're throwing people under the bus in your press conferences, it's like, man, you got to keep that shit in the back room. If you got a problem with a guy, you address it with that guy in the back room behind closed doors.
Right.
Your family.
Right. You should be like Dan Campbell and cry.
Yeah. But no, him coming out there like that would be a caution, a warning flag for me if I'm a Packers fan on your coach. Aaron Rodgers out of town. I mean, is that Is that, I mean, LaFleur got a lot of wins under Rodgers. I mean, and when Rodgers went out of town, I mean, these games at the end, in the biggest moments, you need good play calling. You need guys that have, good poise when it comes at the end of the game. Don't you think?
It's a super interesting topic that you and I should explore on another show. Maybe put that out on YouTube or something, because this all goes back like to the Belichick Brady argument. Was it Belichick or was it Brady? Well, hell, was it Russell Wilson or was it Pete Carroll? Was it Drew Brees or was it Sean Payton? Was it Ben Roethlisberger or was it Mike Tomlin? The Brady-Belichick one has been solved, right? Brady goes to another team, takes them to a Super Bowl and wins it. Case closed. Ever since Brady left, Belichick's an average at best coach. That argument is done. But these others are very interesting to note, because, I mean, you take Ben Roethlisberger out, and those Steeler teams have enough what it takes to win? I don't know. That's a great question. Certainly, now that Sean Payton has started the way he has in Denver, his resume is in question when you look at Drew Brees. Was it Drew Brees and not Sean Payton? I mean, Sean Payton gets so much of the credit there. And here, is it Ben Johnson? Is it Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, or is it Jared Goff coming into his own, maturing to the utmost as an NFL quarterback? These are great conversations. Let us know what you think. Put it in the comments, and maybe we'll run with that with tomorrow's show. But right now, I got to jump off. Russ, can I plug the show on Mondays?
Go ahead. Please. Yes.
It's Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's the NFC North open mic. We are in there roasting each other from the NFC North, all 4 fan bases. Come on, bring yourself in, show your face. What's up, Woody? He's a good smack talker. Come in and talk some smack. It's all in good fun. We all really do respect each other, or we pretend to at any rate. 7 p.m. Eastern time, NFC North open mic. Thanks for having me, Russ. God bless you. Did you freeze?
All right. That is
you froze.
And doing that thing. Oh my God.
You froze. You're back on. You're good now. I'm out.
Am I back?
You're back.
All right. Bye. See you later. And I'm going to take everybody back. Okay. I'm going to take everybody out here, and I am sorry about my bad internet again. I would sure like to talk to you guys, but I can tell that I am getting a bad lag in here. So I'm going to leave you guys. This has been NFC North Talk with your host, Russell Wayne. And we're doing this every single day, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Come in, represent your team. Whether you're a Lions fan, Packer fan, Bear fan, Vikings fan, we come in there and we're talking football every single day. No matter what your teams. Lions are atop of the division. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves right now. We're beating our chests a little bit. Is it fool's gold? We'll find out. But for right now, it's very fun to be a Lions fan, and we love that. And we love having a winning team, even if it's only going to last a few more weeks. I think about it. Am I being too cocky? But, and then you think, no, we're going to enjoy the journey here. If your team's good, you beat your chest after every win. That's what every single team does. And that's what we're going to do too. And big game going on this week. The Vikings are playing the Bears. Division matchup. I mean, somebody's got to get a win, right? Who's going to win? Who you got? Sarah says our defense is mid because of cap strains. Can't ask for more. I mean, your defense has been pretty good, Sarah, when I'm looking at this team. I mean, Minnesota, I would think that the defense is probably the biggest surprise for your team, right? When you're looking at the defense, I mean, I'm looking at these grades, and Jordan Hicks, Roy, Dean Lowry, Booth had a good game. Harrison Smith's been good. Got a couple good young players in there. I mean, I'm watching the team, and I'm watching you fight good teams. And I thought that the Vikings had been pretty good. I thought that the Bears were pretty good. So I actually think both of the teams, like when you look at Brian Flores and what he's doing with that defense in Minnesota, a bunch of no-name guys coming through, starting to make some plays like Ivan Pace. So he's got these young guys, and they're starting to gel. The defense is getting a little bit better. Maybe the blitzing scheme that you got isn't sustainable because people will beat that eventually. But the same thing with the Chicago Bears. Took them a couple games to get it going, but Fields doesn't have to be that good of a quarterback, guys.
It's my quarterback.
In order for him to be effective, he's just got to balance out that run. And if it's DJ Moore that helps them do that, can make an average quarterback seem a little bit better than he is, then there you go. Love seeing the show. Go Lions. Yes. Here we are as Lions fans hosting our own NFC North show where we let all of the other fan bases in. This is good. I like this. I like being able to do this. I see that I'm not lagging as much anymore. Maybe I just had a little bit too much going on with things coming in and out. But me here by myself, it doesn't seem like it's that bad right now. It is the team, the combination of people together, players and the coach. It sure is. That's a great point. It's a great point right there. And that's for every team. You know, you're looking for gelling, you know, and as a Lions fan, you're looking at this team and you've watched them build it for the last 3 years. And now you're looking at this team like, wow, Brad Holmes has done a very good job at bringing talent in. I mean, if you want to point out a couple guys that might even bust, I can even acknowledge that, you know, Jameson Williams, you know, he has not showed out yet, right? But it doesn't mean that he's a bust yet. But there's so many other guys that are making contributions on the team that are really good that I'm not even really thinking about that. There was no Jameson. Jameson Williams had 3 targets last week, caught 2 of them for like 1 yard. Was a demon in the blocking, though. Khalif Raymond had a great game. Josh Reynolds had a great game. Laporta had a great game. We're not in need of pass catchers. We got a ton of them. Ben Johnson had something that he said at the beginning of the season in training camp to the wide receiver, said, no block, no rock. You think you're going to walk right out there, Jameson Williams? You're going to jump, grab that starting spot? No, we got wide receivers that have been here. You ain't getting ahead of Leaf. You ain't getting ahead of Reynolds. You'll get a couple shots after that. You ain't getting ahead of Laporta. Goff's got his guys, man. Goff's playing the best football of his career. So I like that call. Right there. Kirk to Atlanta is the best option. Sarah is trying to see. She's on the selling block right now. They were telling me I was crazy 3 weeks ago, and I was like, trade Kirk while he's throwing up all these numbers. He's got a good cap. He's got a good cap number for his quarterbacking. You get some value out of this quarterback. He's 35. Move on. You ain't going to be able to pay Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins. I like that call.
You like that?
I mean, and it doesn't even have to be a bad breakup. You can send him out like the Lions sent Stafford out. You send him to Atlanta. I mean, that's a team with good offensive line, young team. That might be a good thing. Very similar to the situation that you got Kirk Cousins in. You had a team that was loaded. Casey Keenum. You brought in Kirk Cousins. Say. That's where that drop came from, right? It's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. I'm feeling good about this Wi-Fi on my phone. My phone's doing better than Xfinity. God, I wish I could just get Verizon to run my internet. They said they don't offer it in my area. Uh-oh. And right as I say that, it starts getting bad. Any of these comments on the Packers will be hit love and a symbol. Hit with the love symbol in honor of their great quarterback. Any comments up to these Packers? These Packers, they don't really have a lot to be too excited about. 2-3. It's probably the worst start they've had in a long time. They may have started a lot that, but you always felt good that if you were a Packer fan having Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you can't feel good.
Love stinks.
Love's not good. So the future's not looking bright in Green Bay. But I'm going to leave you with that. I don't really have anything else in here. I've been throwing out all these insults in here. We're going to get here tomorrow morning. Like always, we're going to have Andrew Knows Sports in the house with GT Grove Teague the fourth coming in, dropping down some knowledge. We'll go over these games and everything. And I hope that everybody had a good time on this show today. This was probably one of the more fun programs that I've had on here. So I've had a lot of fun today. And you guys make it a lot of fun. Some of the great comments. And John Dorn, I love you, man. I love that you razz on us and get us all riled up. You know, throw in some of those kidney shots a little bit. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you. If you're out there and you're watching this right now and you're a Lions fan, go follow us at the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. And we would love that. And like this video that you're on. And if you're a Bear fan, go follow Mike the Bear Fan. Mike the Bear Fan gives you Bear news, Bear content 365 days a year right there. And Bill the Packer Fan is our resident Packer fan here on NFC North main event. And we love doing this. And as always, we want to thank Detroit Lions News. They helped us really push this page out there and helped us get to 4,000 relatively quickly in just about 4 months here that we've been on with this page after our other page got deleted. So we appreciate Detroit Lions News for helping us get this thing going, up and going again. And we appreciate you for listening. Wherever you're listening, wherever you're looking at this from, we appreciate you. And as always, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again, which will be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. Peace out. I want to thank everybody for watching the broadcast today. NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. For everybody that was watching that broadcast on anything other than YouTube, I'm going to throw the YouTube. This is the YouTube live stream from what we're watching right now. You could go over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's free. It's free. And it helps us. Because we ain't nobody. We're a bunch of nobodies. We just love football, guys. We are in the improvement business. That's what Dan Campbell says. You know, we want to get better every day. We'd also like to let everybody know we appreciate every single one of these football fans on here. We wanted you to know that we're not a part of the Detroit Lions. We're not affiliated with the Detroit Lions. We're not paid by some big corporation that pays talking heads to talk about football. We just do this because we love it. We're fans. We're fans of the team. We're fans of the Detroit Lions. Actually, we're fans of football. That's why we run the NFC North show. It's an NFC North show because I like football fans. I like a Packer fan. I just don't like the Packers. But we're all fans. We love football. We love football. We love how we use football to bring our families together on Sundays. How about that? We bring families together. If you use it like that, I love the team. I love the Lions, but I love my family more. And I love being able to combine the two things. I love being able to combine the two things together. And on Sunday, spend some time with my son, watching the game, eating some food, spending time with each other. We love to sing forwards on the field. I don't apologize for it either. That's for you, Mike Valenti from 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit. He's a Giants fan, saying that they should change the song because he doesn't like it. So if you're one of those people out there that don't like the forward down the field song, too bad. We're going to continue to sing it, and we ain't going to apologize for it. It was written in the 1930s. It's not associated with losing. It's associated with winning 4 NFL titles during that time. Don't forget. The Lions may have a losing culture in the last 30 years, but it wasn't always losing. There was a culture of winning. It was just a long time ago. They can start that again. History repeats itself. It does. That's what the Packer fans say. Oh, history's going to repeat itself. You're just going to be the same old Lions. Okay. Well, the same old Lions won titles. The same old Lions. That's what villains are. Like the villains that have the thug villains where it looks like we're going to rob you. I don't like that. Do you like that? I don't like that.
You like that?
I want Lions that are like, sophisticated, organized. I want organized. Look at that. That's that guy right there. Look at him. Hey, yo, Detroit. I took care of that thing for you. They're out there. They got it down. They're badass, but yet they still hold the door open for the ladies. That's what a villain looks like to me. We got class. Class, but yet we'll beat your ass. That's the type of team that I like. NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. See that QR code right there? You can go right to our YouTube channel. Just point your camera at that thing. And take you right to the YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, if that's what you're doing. This is kind of like the after hour talk. I like having the music in the background. We're talking about NFC North stuff. I'm a Lions fan, so I'll change the subject to the Bears. Good win for the Bears. Good win for the Bears. They went and took care of business. They destroyed the Commanders. Whipped that ass. Congratulations to them. If you're a Bear fan, you're feeling good this week. Kudos to you. Justin Fields with his best game of his career. All round. Thank you very much for watching the broadcast today. I'm like Doctor Strange or Marvel. You know how at the end of the Marvel movies where they're you watch all the credits all the way through and then they got something waiting for you right at the very end. I like doing stuff like that. And I always like to have the ending after the ending be something that is near and dear to my heart. God bless you guys.
It's not fair. They were so happy. It's not gonna be okay.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Y'all have a great day.